Well, Arsenal have gone ahead to join the rest to sign the next Lionel Messi. And for the very first time, the next Lionel Messi is coming in from Brazil and he's known as Messinho. Those are not his born names, but this is his aka name, and it shows you how good this guy is. This player has been linked to one London team, and then another London team has gone ahead to show huge interest into this player known as Estevao, who plays in Brazil. 17 years of age, and Arsenal have gone ahead to join the race. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's the football news show, Rokani Media Football it is, and let's see close to 400 likes smash on this video. And I tell you what, Hummels, plays for Borussia Dortmund, took his team to the final. His future is not yet undecided on where he's going to be playing next season. And there was a story that was coming in from France linking Lewandowski to really be given a Ballon d'Or because that year they never really went ahead to conduct any of those events. And we've gone ahead to get a final verdict on what has gone ahead to be given to us in here onto the football news show. Smash the like button, guys. Smash it like never before. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslim is Balakrafikum, 16th of May 2024. Right? And we jet into this. This player has been linked to very many teams, and Arsenal have decided to join the rest. And this is Ninza Kinsella, football correspondent for the Standard Sport. He has told us that Arsenal have joined the competition to secure the signature of a 17-year-old Palmeiras striker Estevao Willian, who is drawing attention from Chelsea, Barcelona and Real Madrid. Now, lots of stories have gone ahead to be put up for this youngster, but Chelsea has been the team that has been closely linked to him, but Arsenal look like they're in for this 17-year-old, and they feel like they want to obviously sign him and really make him part of their project. It's rare for Arsenal to go in for youngsters like this because he's expensive. 60 million euros is what Palmeiras is really calling in for. And who is this guy? He's known as Estevao Willian Almeida de Oliveira Goncalves. He's also known as Messinho or Estevao, Brazilian professional footballer who plays as a winger for Brazilian Serie A side, that is club Palmeiras. He was born on the 24th of April 2007. He's 17 years of age and he's 1.7 meters tall. He dons into a shirt number known as 41. So, in the Libertadores, that is like the Champions League of the South America, 4 matches, 1 goal. In the Serie A, the League of Brazil, he has gone ahead to play 6 games and scored 1 goal. But he's a revolutionary player, left-footed, swift, and you know why he's being dubbed as Messinho? Because of the way he really plays like Messi. Very many players have gone ahead to be linked or be compared to how they play like Messi, but this one has something special with him. His skill set is really special and great, and at that age to be really costing 60 million euros, that is really great in there for you. And he has been, sometimes I'm going to talk about him and Endrick. They say he dribbles better than Endrick. Most of you know Endrick, that 17-year-old Brazilian international who went ahead to score against England in the friendly they played at Wembley, I think in March, and also scored a brace when they're playing against Spain at the Santiago Bernabeu. So, he's that kind of player that you ask yourself, does Arsenal need the player? Will Arsenal have to shift their goalposts from their master plan to obviously sign in a player? Because all we know that Arsenal is looking in for winger. Arsenal is looking in for winger. And they're looking at the likes of Olise, they're looking at the likes of Williams, Pedro Neto, and very many others. But this one comes in at a very good time where Arsenal might say, let's get in a player who is going to come in through to be an understudy for the man known as Bukayo Saka, because he's also left-footed, and see how he obviously digs in. When you look at that kind of player who goes by the names of Messinho or Estevao, you really understand that Arsenal can really cash in for him. They can pay the amount of money because it's the same amount of money you're going to go in for Olise, right? But you bring in this youngster, he'll obviously come in through and really be an understudy at Arsenal. It goes way back to what Arteta and Ed want. Now, if you're a side like Arsenal, you've just gone ahead to really be in the position of losing the trophy to Man City because of losing 3 points. Would you go in for a finished article, all for a player who is really a work in progress? This is a raw talent or a raw diamond that needs to be polished. That is it. You get? And does Arsenal need players like these ones, raw diamonds to be polished? All else, they need players who are finished articles to obviously create a juggernaut to come out and really compete with Man City. That is a question that has to be answered immediately. Does this player has all what it takes to come in through and start playing in the Premier League at the age of 17? I tell you, he can. He can. His talent is really good. If the likes of Bukayo Saka have gone ahead to come in through and do the job, I think he can. But you have to also counter and really flip the coin and ask yourself, if the Nwaneris haven't gone ahead to find themselves into the starting 11 of Arsenal and getting enough playing time, even though he went ahead to obviously sign a professional contract at Arsenal, can Messi or Estevao Willian get into the team of Arsenal? I tell you, he's a special lad. He's a special player. You know, he's a player who is really one of those that very many teams are really looking at him. Real Madrid, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man United because of his talent, you know. But it will depend on the decision that Arsenal will make. Arsenal has an edge, I tell you, if at all they put in that push. Though Chelsea has been pushing further. For the last 1 year, Chelsea have been trying to convince this player to obviously play for them. But Arsenal has a very good community of Brazilians around them that can really help convince this player to come in and really play for them. Martinelli, Jesus, and Gabriel Magalhães. All those 3 players are Brazilians, and they can easily sit down this player and tell him, please, come to Arsenal. You are going to really have a very huge Brazilian community that you'll fit in and feel at home easily. And that will really spark off his going to that side. When you look at Chelsea, the only Brazilian they had is leaving. That is none other than Thiago Silva. You know? And Real Madrid also has that age to obviously come in through and really convince this player to join them. Though Real Madrid don't have that money to spend, as they are trying to say to it that they get in Mbappe. That deal is going to cost them close to 150 million euros. They want to bring in a left back or a central defender. So on only 2 players, they would have gone ahead to spend 200 million euros. That is Real Madrid for you. So they don't have the money to spend on another work in progress, right? And for Arsenal, they have that money to spend, but it will be a decision to be made on whether they go for this player or not. You get? But all in all, he's a very good player. He ticks all the boxes for Arsenal. And Arteta, if he's excited, makes a decision with Edu, they might obviously go for him. But if I'm Arsenal, all I do is I pay this amount of money and let him play there for a full season, right? Let him play there for a full season. All else, you bring him in and find out a team in Europe that can obviously accommodate him. The likes of Ajax, the likes of PSV, the likes of Benfica, the likes of Sporting Lisbon. You can take him to Spain, you can take him to Italy, such that he really gets used to playing in Europe, and then later you get him into the team. Even managers like De Zerbi will be willing to work with a player like this, and if at all you can loan him to the side of Brighton, he can do the needful. But the big question is, why do you sign a player for 60 million euros and then you loan him? But Real Madrid has gone ahead to show us that they got in Endrick at the age of 16. They paid that amount of money, 65 million euros. Endrick has turned out to be one of the deadliest strikers and is going to be playing in the Copa America. And don't be surprised if at all he's leading the line for Brazil into the tournament. So that might act as a propeller to say to it that this deal is being given a look at, and you would like to really get into one of the most amazing talents in the world at the juncture. and that is Messi, that is Estevao. Now, he has come out and really spoken about his rumors to Chelsea. He said, speculations to Chelsea or Arsenal. My head is 100% focused on Palmeiras. I don't think of these things. They're secondary. I think of helping Palmeiras and trying my hardest to bring them glory. That is it. Palmeiras looks like they're really having very good players, and it looks like he's playing alongside, I think even Endrick is playing for Palmeiras. Not so. Let's check Endrick here. Yeah, Endrick is also playing for Palmeiras. So Palmeiras really has some good players that are going to make them some huge money. And if they sold Endrick for that amount of money, and it said that this boy is better than Endrick, then they are good to ask for that amount of money. Then he also came out and said, I want to win trophies with Palmeiras. I think that I can leave my mark here at Palmeiras and then, God willing, play in Europe, play in the Champions League, be the best in the world. That's my dream too. So he has all those dreams, and we don't know where he's really gonna fulfill them from all out in Europe. Arsenal has joined the race. Will Arsenal beat Real Madrid, Chelsea, onto the signature of this youngster? If at all they put in their gear, Arsenal have an edge. Through their sporting director, he can easily convince that boy to come in through. But will they be willing to pay all that amount of money for this lad? Because for Palmeiras, when you hear Arsenal coming in through, you just get excited. You just get to know we are going to get in the amount of money that we've always gone ahead to request in for that player. So that is it coming in through from Messi, Estevao, Willian, Arsenal into the race. Let's go a little bit to Borussia Dortmund in Germany, because we've been to Brazil and back to London and back to Spain. Now let's obviously get a little bit into the mix of what we call the German affair. This is Patrick Berger. He's a Sky Sports reporter. He has said, the future of Matt Hummels remains completely open and decision will not be made until after the season. A departure or the end of his career is possible. There are also doubts internally from some parts of the board about an extension. So, Matt Hummels went ahead to score a goal in the Champions League semi-final. He scored the 2 goals that Borussia Dortmund relied on to go into the finals of the Champions League. And he's one of those players that you would really think they will try to keep. But Matt Hummels is a very different caliber of player. He has gone ahead to put in a shift, and he wants to win something for Borussia Dortmund. I think the last time they won, he was with them, and he has always tried to come up and put in a shift in here onto the Borussia Dortmund side. But I think if at all Matt Hummels, after taking them to the Champions League final, I call it quits. I either look to play in the US, I look how to play in Saudi Arabia. That is it. But it will depend on what the player really wants. Does he want his career to come to an end? You get? Or not? You get? It depends. Because he's just 35 years of age. And at 35 years of age, he obviously feel like a player needs to obviously go and play into retirement leagues. But we're going to hate to see defenders trying to live on. For example, Thiago Silva at Chelsea, he's clocking 40 and feels like he is going to play again into the first league of Brazil. You understand? So, this is what this man should be looking at. Can he add more 2 years at his senior level? Have you gone ahead to miss out on the squad that the side of the side of Germany has gone ahead to name to go in the Euros? So, can he give Borussia Dortmund 1 more year? Because he's a captain, and I think Borussia Dortmund would like to convince him to stay. But will he make that decision to keep here, or he'll say, I'm going to really leave? You understand? So we wait and see how that really happens in there for you. So, but on the 1st of June, he's going to be playing the Champions League final. And all in all, it's really going to be one of those moments that he will be looking at to see to it that he lifts something for the side of Borussia Dortmund. Now, let's obviously leave the side of Germany and let's go to Spain, to Lewandowski. There were talks that he was going to be given his Ballon d'Or that he missed out to win for the season of 2019-2020, where he won the Champions League, scored very many goals. But finally, we've gotten a confirmation coming through from Cadena Ser that Robert Lewandowski will not be awarded the 2020 Ballon d'Or. Confirmed. He won't. So, I think he was cheated. He deserved it. FIFA went ahead to vote him as the World Player of the Year into their awards. But the Ballon d'Or never really went ahead to obviously act or let that ceremony be into that year, because they felt like they never had the money and the standards they played at were really very low, according to them, because they thought that COVID just went ahead to distract many performances, and not having fans on the field of play was not enough to award these players what they really wanted. Now, in that year of 2020, or season of 2019-2020, he scored 34 goals in the Bundesliga. You know, in the Champions League, he scored 15 goals. That is the guy. DFL pickup scored 6 goals. And guess what? He deserves to obviously take this into his locker, but he didn't have that chance, and he was denied that chance to do that. So no Ballon d'Or for him, unless otherwise Barcelona pulls out a miracle next season. But this time around, he's out. So guys, I call upon for your reactions in the comment section below on Arsenal joining a race to sign the next Lionel Messi, known as Estevao. Willian, do you think Arsenal should sign this player, or they should go in for finished articles to see to it that they match the levels of Man City? Then tell me your thoughts about the man called Hummels. Should he be kept at the side of Borussia Dortmund, or he should find his playing time elsewhere? And lastly, what are your thoughts about Lewandowski being denied his Ballon d'Or that he really worked hard for when he was playing at Bayern Munich in 2019-2020, where they won the Champions League, and I think they won also the Bundesliga. Rokani David is my name. Hope you guys are really having fun. This is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is concerned. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out for now. Bye-bye. It's a Thursday. Second video in, and we have more yet to come. That's why we tell you to subscribe and hit the notification bell always. We love you to the fullest, and we want to see to it that we see your reactions into the comment section below about these stories. Arsenal joining a race to sign the next Lionel Messi. Bye-bye.